In 2025, while the aviation industry celebrates ultra-modern jets costing $150 to $300 million, there's an aircraft that should have been retired at least a decade ago, but it continues flying and dominating the skies. 44 years after its first flight, the Boeing 767 hides one of the most surprising secrets in all of global civil aviation. Why is the old still better than many modern aircraft? If you're also passionate about the world of aviation, consider subscribing to the channel and supporting our team. September 1981, Seattle, Washington. Boeing reveals to the world its first twin-engine commercial widebody, the 767. What no one could predict was that this aircraft would become a success story in aviation history. While legends like the McDonnell Douglas DC-10 and the Lockheed L-1011 were retired long before their estimated lifespan by manufacturers, the 767 not only survived, it reinvented itself. From traditional commercial aviation, it migrated to cargo operations. From transatlantic routes, it came to dominate express deliveries. And when everyone believed its time was over, the United States Air Force chose it as the basis for the KC-46 Pegasus, its new aerial refueling tanker. But here's what nobody tells you. This longevity wasn't an accident, it was strategy. While manufacturers like Boeing and Airbus invest billions promoting the new 777X and the A350neo, hundreds of airlines around the world make a choice that defies all modern technological logic. They keep the 767 flying. Why? The answer is hidden in the numbers on spreadsheets of various airline executives. Picture this. It's dawn in Memphis, Tennessee, FedEx's global hub. Dozens of Boeing 767-300 ERFs land in timed sequence. Each one transports up to 50 tons of cargo, unloading, sorting, refueling, and in less than 2 hours, they take off again for destinations on 3 different continents. This brutal choreography happens every night, and the protagonist isn't a latest generation jet. It's a design created in 1978. But the 767 doesn't just dominate in FedEx hangars or among cargo companies. It continues to be a strategic pillar also in Delta Airlines, which still operates 61 aircraft of this model today, among the 300 and 400 ER variants, forming one of the largest passenger Boeing 767 fleets in the world. United Airlines follows the same path, with 53 active units of these same variants. Both companies maintain these aircraft in operation with an average age between 24 and 28 years, proof of the reliability and efficiency the model still offers even after decades of service. While the aviation world chases technological efficiency, Delta and United pursue something more tangible, real return on investment. Now imagine an alternative scenario. An airline decides to modernize its fleet. It invests in a new Boeing 787-8. Cost $240 million. Monthly leasing approximately $1 million. Add to the cost specialized maintenance, crew training, certifications, and hangar adaptations. The margin starts getting tight. Meanwhile, a used Boeing 767 can be acquired for approximately $30 to $40 million. Its operational cost per flight hour between $7,000 and $8,000, compared to the 787's $10,000 to $12,000. And here's the part that changes everything. The 767 has already been fully amortized. When an airline buys a new aircraft, it enters a debt cycle that can last between 10 and 15 years. During this period, each flight needs to generate enough revenue not only to cover fuel and crew, but also to pay for the aircraft itself. The 767, on the other hand, has already crossed this financial valley of death. Its acquisition value was paid decades ago. Today, it represents almost pure operational return. On medium routes between 4 and 8 hours of flight, the 767 reaches an almost perfect break-even point. Its fuel consumption is only 15% higher than the 787's, but its fixed cost is half. Result: superior profit margins. And there's another factor nobody mentions: risk aversion. When you operate an aircraft with 40 years of history, you know exactly what to expect. Every component has been tested millions of times. Every possible failure has already been documented and resolved. No surprises, no unexpected recalls, no software bugs that paralyze entire fleets. The 767's engines, Pratt & Whitney JT9 and General Electric CF6, are proven machines. Parts available globally, trained mechanics on all continents. Average corrective maintenance time is half of what's needed for modern engines. This is pragmatic engineering. But here's the secret the industry is reluctant to admit. Modern aviation isn't driven by innovation, it's driven by spreadsheets. In 2019, a leaked internal study from a major European carrier revealed shocking data. When comparing the return on investment of its aircraft on medium transatlantic routes, the numbers were brutal. Boeing 767-300 ERF, 18% ROI per year. Boeing 787-8, 10% ROI per year. Airbus A350-900neo, 9% ROI per year. But how is this possible? Let's look at the real numbers. Model: acquisition cost, $30 million. Consumption per hour, 6,300 liters. Operational cost per hour, $7,500. Payback, 4 to 6 years. Boeing 787-8, $240 million. Consumption per hour, 5,400 liters. Operational cost per hour, $9,800. Payback, 13 to 16 years. Airbus A350-900neo, $260 million. Consumption per hour, 5,700 liters. Operational cost per hour, $10,100. Payback, 13 to 17 years. And when we talk about cargo operations, the gap widens even more. FedEx operates over 110 Boeing 767s. UPS maintains a similar fleet. Amazon Air has also expanded its 767-300 ERF fleet over the past 5 years. Why? Because on express cargo routes with multiple daily stops, quick turnaround cycles, and operations at secondary airports, the 767 has advantages that modern models simply cannot replicate. Robust and mature fuselage, less unexpected structural fatigue, simplified hydraulic and electrical systems, faster maintenance. Ideal cargo capacity, 52,480 kilograms or 115,700 pounds payload and 3,250 nautical miles or 6,000 kilometers range. And there's another critical element, operational flexibility.
The 767 was designed to operate at airports with limited infrastructure. It doesn't require gigantic hangars. It doesn't need ultra-specialized teams. It doesn't depend on complex proprietary software. It simply works. But the real revelation isn't in the technology. It's in the business philosophy it represents. While manufacturers sell the dream of maximum efficiency, smart airlines choose real profitability. And real profitability lies in an aircraft you don't have to pay for again, that won't surprise you with billion-dollar recalls, and that can be kept operational with the infrastructure you already have. Now let's turn to the side few understand, the engineering behind longevity. The Boeing 767 was designed in a different era of aviation, before the obsession with composite materials, before advanced onboard computing, before extreme efficiency maximization. And paradoxically, this became its greatest advantage. Fuselage. 767, traditional aeronautical aluminum. 787, 50% composite materials. Advantage of the 767? Structural repairs can be done at any certified hangar in the world. The 787 requires specialized facilities and technicians specifically trained for composite materials. Picture this. Small structural repairs on a 767 typically cost between $10,000 and $50,000, while on a 787 they run $50,000 to $250,000. Major repairs can go from $100,000 to $400,000 on the 767 and $250,000 to $1 million or more on the 787, depending on the extent of damage. The original 767 had analog systems, but here's the trick. It was modularly updated. Today, 767s in operation have modern digital displays, GPS, WAAS navigation systems, FMS compatible with current standards, and ADS-B out for regulatory compliance. And these upgrades cost a fraction of what a new aircraft with the same embedded technology costs. The Pratt & Whitney JT9D-7R4 and General Electric's CF6-80C-2 engines aren't the most efficient on the market, but they're among the most reliable. Newer engines are more efficient, but also more complex, and complexity means more points of failure. And here's the critical factor: support logistics. When a 767 has a mechanical failure in Nairobi, Dubai, or Sao Paulo, you find parts and qualified mechanics within 24 hours. When a 787 has the same problem, you might wait weeks for specific components. The average unplanned downtime, known in the industry as aircraft on ground or AOG, can vary significantly between aircraft models. For aircraft like the 767, 787, and Airbus A330neo, this period generally ranges from a few dozen hours to several days, depending on repair complexity and parts availability. Industry estimates indicate that airlines can lose between $10,000 and $150,000 per hour of AOG, considering costs with maintenance, passenger relocation, and flight disruption. Thus, even a 20 to 70-hour stoppage can generate losses exceeding $500,000 per incident. This is why reducing ground time and maintaining high operational reliability rates have become strategic priorities for modern fleets. Now multiply that by dozens of incidents over a year. And there's another underestimated aspect: cabin modernization. Companies like Delta, United, and Japan Airlines invested in complete retrofits of their 767s, including new seats with ergonomic recline, individual entertainment systems at each seat, high-speed satellite Wi-Fi, LED mood lighting, and expanded overhead bins. The estimated total cost of a complete retrofit is $5 to $8 million. Cost of a new aircraft with the same amenities? It's $150 million. Can you see the pattern? The 767 didn't win because it's better. It won because it's smart. So here's the inconvenient truth the aviation industry doesn't want to admit. Innovation doesn't always mean progress. The Boeing 767 isn't a relic of the past. It's a lesson in operational economics that challenges the narrative that the new always surpasses the old. While manufacturers invest billions in marketing campaigns about fuel efficiency and advanced aerodynamics, real operators do different math. How much will this cost me today? How long until I recover the investment? What are the real operational risks? And when these questions are answered honestly, the 767 keeps winning. From 2015 to 2025, while production of passenger 767s was ended by Boeing, demand for freighter conversions exploded. Over 200 aircraft were converted. Amazon Air practically built its global air operation based on the 767, and the trend continues growing. And then there's the geopolitical factor. The United States Air Force chose the 767 as the basis for its next refueling tanker, not because it's nostalgic, but because it's strategically reliable. In a world obsessed with disruption, the 767 proves that sometimes the best strategy is to master what already works. 44 years after its first flight, the Boeing 767 continues in the skies. Not by accident, not by stubbornness, but because somewhere between theoretical efficiency and real profitability, there's a balance few understand. And while the industry chases the next technological breakthrough, one truth remains. In aviation, the true winner isn't who flies fastest, it's who flies with the most profit. The question isn't whether older aircraft can compete with modern ones. The question is, what else are we ignoring in the name of progress?